Indeed, it is our turn. And they're not saying it's not their opinions either. Imagine that. Welcome, everybody, Outside the Box Open Forum. I'm your host, Kate of Gaia, one of two, and my fellow host, Tony Z. We got you on the board there, Tony. Are you hot or what?
Yeah, 100 miles an hour at the minute, posting links all over the place.
Yeah, and we're doing this show ahead of QL Television because we're going live with that at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I did book 90 minutes. We can end the episode at any time, but if there's any run over or whatever, at least we have the option, yeah? So I figured better than having an hour last week, I can shut down this show at any point to move into the next one. So it's going to be another double header tonight, boys and girls. Yay! Yeah, what a day, huh?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, it's
talk about busy.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, I should let you know that our phone-in board is full, lit up, like full. Like full.
Okay.
I think there's about 15 or 20 phone calls in here, so yeah, we're good to see you guys. Honestly, it is. It's really good. Oh, and I know I have Carol here, so I'm going to pop Carol's mic open. So I love now that I can actually recognize some phone numbers here. I'll just bring people straight in. And I see yours as well, Rob. Just for background noise, I'll pull you in a bit. Come on, there you go, Carol. All right. Well, did you want to start off, Tony?
Yeah.
A lot of interesting stuff going on today, and we've already had a chat about it and still trying to figure out what the false flag was all about. So if you could, please.
Yeah, basically there's been some bombings today in Boston, in America. And we've been looking into it so far, and already it's absolutely glaringly obvious what's going on. There was, I'm just trying to find the links here because I'm still juggling windows, etc. Let me just re-click something on here. But basically what's been going on is they were conducting another terror drill. There's lots and lots of different things that have already come to light, such as a fire in a local place where the bombings happened, which just sort of like coincidentally put the fire brigade on sort of alert. There was military already drafted in prior to the actual marathon where the bombs went off. There's Facebook pages, Facebook memorial things that went up a couple of days before the event occurred. And it's all the same old MO, basically. So if anybody wants any information on that, if they can tag us on Facebook, that'll be great. Mine's facebook.com, blah, 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 tony.kilvard.98. So you can plug into me on there and you'll get all the latest breaking information. There's loads of links coming in with what people have researched and found out already. In fact, the Sandy Hook thing, we obviously uncovered a load of information on that, and it was glaringly obvious. And the same thing's happening with this new bombing, which I guess probably they're going to call 4/15 or something. But anyway, that's ahead of that event. But the point being, they're at it again, and they're going to carry on being at it again until we wake up to the fact that it's been done deliberately.
Yeah, you might want to check some of the dates as well. April 15th, around that date, I believe. Something that came to mind there about Hitler coming to power and a bunch of other things and what have you. So, and by the way, speaking of Adolf, there's a wonderful set of videos out right now that actually exposes what really happened regarding World War II and the start thereof, and exactly what Adolf was trying to do. And of course, one of the things that I've tried to teach people over the years, including myself, is do not look at something in a duality sense. Do not look at something as being, oh, they're evil, or oh, they're good. They're both. Okay, and you got to see how the story's getting spun. All right, because I'll tell you, one of the things that I've looked at, I'm a history freak and English kind of stuff. Go figure, I do this, right? But anyway, what I've discovered over the years is, we're only getting the story of the victor, and the victor will never tell you the facts straight, and they will always tell you that they were the good guys, and they were this, and they were that, and they're generally the worst bastards on the planet. So, I think I said it last night or the night before. What we're dealing with here, fundamentally, is the selling of war being good. in that someone wins, someone loses. No, the only ones that win in a war are the bankers. Okay, banksters, get it? So it's good for them, but it's not good for side A and side B that have been third party manipulated into cutting each other's throats. That applies to religion, that applies to politics, it applies to money, it applies to everything. And they will do everything in their power to make sure that we are chawing and chewing and gnawing and clawing and ripping apart each other's throats with chainsaws, all the while making sure that they're funding the gasoline for the chainsaws and new chains for the chainsaws and all manner of bullshit that goes along with it. So don't be fooled, don't be deceived. Always look at both sides of the coin. It has a heads and it has a tails, and it all adds up to, in the case of a $1 coin, $1. Simple test, take a dollar coin, flip it, see what comes up, heads or tails. When it hits the floor, call it. Well, it's a dollar. Doesn't matter, So, that for me is probably one of the most perfect analogies you can use to understand that everything is singularity. What side of the coin are you looking at? You better flip it on its edge and have a glance at both sides. So interesting that more fear porning the masses, and it's like these guys are desperate.
Yeah.
Absolutely desperate. I mean, we're not buying it. Okay, and what is it? Probably minutes instead of in the case of 9/11, it was days to weeks to months before any real false flag came out of it. Starting to do the real research, it wasn't quite that long, but it took a long time for it to sink into the psyche or the consciousness of the masses. And now what we're dealing with, with the Sandy Hook and with Aurora and all the rest of this bullshit that they pull constantly, they throw it up. I have to look back to see what movie they had a bomb in a Boston Marathon to see where they were showing they were going to do that. And for anyone that wants to understand how this surreality of this place works, start doing that. Start looking at different things that have occurred, and then flip back through movies. And generally they can be 2, 3, 5, 10 years in the past. In the case with Hurricane Sandy, that was an exercise I think outlined in 1998. So I mean, it's all there. Everything is told to us up front. Are we paying attention? Are we awake? Are we looking at it going, not on my watch? So obviously we missed one, but hey, that's the way the cookie crumbles some days, right?
Yeah, I've just had some more information coming in as well. This is like hot shit off a shovel type stuff. Apparently we're in the occult season of sacrifice. Virginia Tech shooting was Monday, April the 16th to 7. One day off from 6 days ago, but still a Monday.
Yeah. Again, and that's what I tell people. Look at the dates. Look back through history. Just Google is your friend. Google the date. What happened on, and you'll be amazed at all the different things that come up. And absolutely, now that you mention it, yes, it is a time of sacrifice, blood sacrifice. Of course. Well, we just came into spring, right? And you know what they're like about sacrifices. They love sacrifices. And they love sacrificing those that are sacrificing others, i.e. meat eaters. And I'm putting that out there.
Innocent.
And the innocent, absolutely. Again, you are what you eat, and you become that as well. There's a lot of responsibility in this contract called Earth. And the sooner we wake up to it, the better things are going to be. And I have to tell you, even hearing about it today, it was kind of funny. I did catch that little 1-minute clip that they had going on. I'm looking at it just after the first one went off, and of course the camera's scanning down the street, and you see the second one go off, right? And they didn't even notice it. That's how alert these reporters are. They didn't even see the second bomb going off in the same video clip. We think there was a second bomb. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. It was right there. You didn't see it? But anyway. Unless I saw something that wasn't there, but whatever. What do I know? I'm just a, radio host kind of freak thing, whatever. Anyway, I know it's like, oh, for crying out loud, guys! It's gotten beyond ridiculous, is what it's gotten, and if it wasn't so injurious to everyday people, innocence, of course, it would be absolutely friggin' laughable. So in that light, Anyway, as you can see, one of the things that I think we're going to start seeing, we already are seeing it, is people are not reacting the same way that they were. They're not going, oh my God, oh my. You're going to have some people. You're going to have some people doing that, but really now the tone has changed. It went from oh my God to oh my God, another one. And I got to tell you right now, it was very reminiscent of my days in Belfast, because one of the things that if you'd been in Belfast in the 70s and bombs going off, I mean, hell, they labeled out and out bombing left, right, and center, the troubles, okay? Like, not, uber terrorism. Now they call it, oh, that's the troubles, don't worry about it. Another bomb went off, it's all good. I wonder who that was, I wonder what street that was, and, so back to your cup of tea, right? And sadly, it gets to that point, but equally, happily, it gets to a point where, you see a lot of energy not getting put into it. And then you start wondering, well, where's the energy coming from? And gosh darn it, it's not always the same two freaking sources, the Vatican and the Crown. I mean, what is it with the reptilians and the fish? Guys, try to get along, will you?
Well, the reptilians are the reptilian situation, and the fish are the Dogon. But that's just the beginning. And apparently this, Ruth Smith has just posted today that Congress is debating whether or not to sell humanity's genes to corporations. And that was apparently put forward in the movie Gattaca, Gattaca, probably foretells that scenario. Okay.
Oh, there you go. And by the way, and they can do that absolutely in honor. And I'll tell you why. Because until you wake up and understand that and you're using the ID and the names and all the rest of it within their system, yep. They own you.
Your ass.
They own you. They can do whatever the fuck they want with your genes because you're a slave. That's what a citizen is. If you are a United States citizen or a British citizen or a citizen of any country on this planet, you're open season.
Yep, that's why they're trading your bond on the stock market. That's
right. And again, it's all about the lifeblood, the life flow, stealing the feminine energy. That's what register means. I do have an ebook coming out. I just was working on the intros and a few other things. I'm almost done, so it'll be out very shortly. But there's a document. I will be posting it in my new little Facebook group called Katie's Cove, the long and short of it, which outlines everything that I've been talking about for the last couple of years, where it has been codified, has been broken down to, for me it was a spiritual quest. It wasn't about looking for, at the beginning, of course, looking for legal solution and statutes and all the rest of it. But then it dawns on you, wait a minute, these wankers are the ones that are writing the rules to begin with. What makes you think they're not going to change them on the fly? Let's create a monopoly game. It's my game, and if you start winning, I'm just going to change the rules so that I win. Are you going to play with that? No. You're gonna be like some guy called Jesus and flipping the table in the temples, and that's exactly what we got to do. We got to stop buying into the nonsense. We got to stop buying into the lie. And I will tell you, all you statute type peoples that are out there trying to win this case and that case, you are taking your life literally in your hands. Because we're at a point now where the layers are peeled right back. You can take Tammy Pepperman's work, for example. Doesn't deal in statute. She deals in public. There's a different, and I don't want people getting into the whole, well, what does public mean? You know what, guys? You want to play the dictionary game with me? Go ahead. You'll lose. I promise. Fact of the matter is, it's about concept. It's about getting the points across to people where they understand them and holding these wankers accountable. And that's what Tammy's doing, and Pat, and that's why you need to tune in Thursday nights. And I need to get Tammy on the air a lot more. She was without net there for about a week and a half, so it's like, oh, where's Tammy? But she made it on the air, no problem. But the point is, what she's teaching is exactly what needs to be listened to, because she's coming at it from the same perspective, different angle than me. She's coming at it full on spiritual. How the hell did they trap? And what she's done is she's actually exposed the big daddy or the patriarchal and the literal draining of the feminine. And I got to tell you, some of the information that she has exposed is no wonder they came after her. They came after me. Like they won't come near me now. Sorry, kind of hit a different level, new game level. Same with Tammy and a whole bunch of us now. Untouchables. Yeah, it's called truth, and we will not yield from it. And this one's for Mary. Call it my Leo ascendant. Maybe my Aries midheaven combination there, a little bit of fire, but and that's what we got to be doing. Anyway, mini rant over. I've been chomping at the bit to get on the air all bloody day here.
Yeah, can we just say to people, if they want to actually follow in the chat room, there's information pouring into the chat room about the latest bits and pieces that people are picking up. And they'll get in there on synchronicity.com//radio/chat. Hello.
Sorry about that. I was muted and I was talking. Isn't that funny? I'm Irish. Anyway, blonde too. Anyway, the website, for those that have not heard it before, is Syncrenicity, which is spelled SYNCRENICITY.com. So /radio/chat, that'll get you to the chat room, or just go to the site and click on the radio or the chat room link. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so let's get this boredom and get people rolling here. What do you think, Tony?
Yep, juggling the mute button as usual, but certainly
okay.
Let's go.
All right, well, and I'll leave you to it. Well, I've already opened up Carol's mic. I love hearing from Carol every night. Just the fact that she joins us is a blessing in and of itself. How are you, Carol?
You are such a sweetheart. I just love you so much. I can't wait to meet you and give you a big hug, honey.
All right.
Yeah, you know, this thing in Boston, I've got a lady that lives about 20 minutes from Boston, and she called me. She's just torn apart. And the only thing I can say to people is, you know, we are observers of this, and we're torn apart because we're empathetic. And the best thing to do is to do the law of one. I don't know if all of you know the law of one, but it goes like this. It's very short. And we say it after we take all our prayer requests on each one of our calls. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask that only the highest good for all concerned happen. And I give thanks that this is done, and so it is. And so we say that, and oftentimes if you can learn that prayer, and that prayer is on our internet site, that we have put out on your call so graciously. You allowed that. And you can learn it from there. And I have people repeat it in sections as we say it on the calls. And it puts it in your heart. And when you need to call it up, it'll be there for you. But it is a comfort. And it kind of puts things in the realm of the universe and puts it in its place. But this is a very nasty thing that the dark has done. What they're trying to do, I've had several calls from people that, like you, Tony, and Kate, and so forth. We all know what this is about. Evidently, we got a lot of news over the weekend and everything that we're expecting an announcement on April 15th. You know, things are going to pop on April 15th. Well, guess what happened on 9/11 back in 2001? Jiminy Christmas. They were getting ready to announce Nasara an hour before the announcement was to happen. The Twin Towers in New York were hit, and they weren't hit by airplanes. They were hit by drones or holograms or something, and it was Cheney and Bush Sr. 50 feet below the ground under Washington, D.C., flipping the switches, you know, and it's evident. The hurricane in New Orleans that tore New Orleans apart, my God, they took concrete pieces from the dikes that were blown, and they had them. They took them to a lab, and they found 4 different accelerants on those things. They were blown up. It was Cheney and Bush again. And until we get rid of Cheney, Bush, you know, and the whole gang, it ain't going to happen. I mean, I hope that if there was supposed to be an announcement today, they will certainly go ahead with it. But they do this kind of stuff. They're dark, and they just want, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to try to get martial law instituted. They're going to try to scare the holy bejabbers out of all of us. And don't buy into it, because the more you fear, the more you feed the dark. Stay in love if you possibly can. Say all the friggin' black words and dark words that you've ever thought of. In the last few years, I've even concocted a few of my own that I've never heard before. They just spilled out of my mouth. And, you know, get rid of the anger if you possibly can. But I'll tell you what, they're fighting. This is their last gasp. And I've told my phone family for years, if you think that these dark ones, with all the power and money that they've experienced in their life, are going to lie down and roll over for us that want our world back, you're sadly mistaken. They will fight to the death, and they will run like rats toward the end, and they will start eating their own. And we've seen that with Jimmy Diamond, you know. I mean, he's eating his own now, and a lot of them are turning tail on their compatriots and so forth. So you're watching the human condition in spades at this time. And so Kate and Tony and all of you on that in the command group there, I'm so happy that I found you, and I just ask you to continue to bless Tammy, because she's the one that found me and called me and was so kind to me and put me in touch with you, Kate, and I just feel like I found my home. I really do. Thank you very much, and I'll be quiet now.
And vice versa, hon. No, you never have to be quiet. I'm leaving your mic open, so you jump in when you feel like it. Open night tonight. But and what everyone listening, what you just heard is what I refer to as the voice of reason, the voice of calm, the voice that says it's okay, it's expect it, And what we're doing now is not buying into we're not buying into it. I mean, I played a conspiracy radio host years ago. Because that was kind of what they wanted me to do, and then, within a couple of months on FM, I flipped into a whole different gear, and eventually got run out by some Zionists. But what are the odds there? Guess they don't.
You think?
Yeah, I guess they don't like truth. Something about that. Really.
Of course not. I've got to make a comment here, sweetheart. If you don't mind me interrupting you for just a minute.
Go, do your thing.
I've gotten pretty crusty through this whole thing, and especially in the last 3 years as these dinar calls have come about, because these dinar people, I just bought my dinar 2 months ago, and where's my money? They told me it was going to happen next week. Where's my money? Where's my money? And you get so tired of the frivolity of all of that when it's a so much bigger thing. But I have to be honest with you guys. I was a born-again Christian all my life. For God's sake, it took me 10 years to believe in reincarnation. I really fought with that one. And when I finally did, it was like a great big heavy load of concrete block lifted off my shoulders, because it explained why a baby was born blind or crippled or whatever. And so I have to tell you, as I'd go into churches through my lifetime and I'd feel all this greed and jealousy and hypocrisy, I would react to it. I guess I'm a sensitive, I'm an empath, and I would pick it up the minute I'd walk in, and I'd feel the vibes. And as I have been on my spiritual walk through this whole thing, and things have been illuminated to me, if you will, it became powerfully obvious to me last year that if you start looking at the Christian community, and I don't mean to segregate them out, but they segregate everybody else out. They're very, very cruel. They're vicious. And if you will stop and give an honest look at things, and I could be wrong on this, I'm not trying to convince you of what I believe, folks. I'm just telling you my observations that have been pointed out to me by Spirit. But I think that if one would take a good look at the Christian community throughout the ages, that group of people is responsible for more deaths on this earth than any other single group. Now, Kate, what's your feeling on that statement? That was the point I wanted to make.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. There's nothing more dangerous and arrogant than someone says I'm saved and I can do whatever I want because I get absolution every Sunday morning after I bang my neighbor's wife or husband Saturday night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's how I look at all religions. And again, it's not about segregating Christians. This is right across the board. I mean, hell, you've got Orthodox Jews chewing the ends off kids' penises. You've got
awful.
Yeah, and then you've got jihads that get thrown on people that would dare to make a caricature of Muhammad, for crying out loud. You're not dealing with rational, sane individuals there. What you're dealing with is fanatics programmed to the nth degree by a religion that was created for them. And see, this is that's actually part of my ebook. There's one of the essays is called "Behold the White Canvas." And, you've got people walking around that have probably never experienced an original thought in their lives. They've had their canvas as soon as they're born painted for them. Okay, well, you're born in India, so well you can be either Muslim or Hindu or Sikh or whatever. So we'll paint you that, and then okay, you're born in the Middle East, so you must be either Muslim or Jewish or whatever. You're born in Africa, you must be this, and you're black, you're white, you're pink, you're orange. So all these different things get painted onto our canvases from birth. And the most guilty, of course, is the parents and the community around them, and the society we live in. And that's why I tell people, you've never had an original thought in your life. It's time to get out of the cornflake box and have a look around you.
God, I love how you express yourself. I really do. And I hope the people that are new to your calls, whenever they come in, I hope that they see the beauty and the depth of your heart as you're trying to wake people up. I mean, it's hard for people to wake up. It truly is. We've been programmed so intensely and so deeply and so well thought out. And I listen to calls, I don't know if you mind if I mention names, but like Drake. Drake came on like a white knight, and I followed him for 3 months and encouraged my people to, and then in the first part of June, he did a 180-degree turn, and the minute he did it, I felt it. I was physically ill. And then he started doing mind control on his calls. And, there's so many groups and individuals cropping up around the world trying to take credit for what they'd like to take credit for, whatever. And we have to be so, so careful who we choose to listen to, because as we put that into our conscious mind, our conscious mind does not know the difference between a lie and a truth. And so, folks, please, if you don't learn anything else in your walk, and I know you do because the people on these calls are really wonderful lights, but be very careful what you allow to come into your mind, because it takes it all in and doesn't discriminate, and you have to be very careful. So, again, I turn it back to you, my dear friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, this is about speak. Your DNA is programmable. I mean, the Russians proved that. And this is one of the reasons why it is about positive affirmation speak versus, I can't remember that, or I don't want to do this, and all the negatives that we use in our speak. It's a duality. We have positive, negative speak, right? And one of the things that I try to get across to people, and I work at it too. I mean, hey, I'm still here. It's about instead of saying, well, I can't remember that, start saying, well, I know I can remember that. It's just not at this particular instant, but that instant is coming. And then leave it, move away. And you'll be amazed at how much, it takes some time. You got some garbage in your head. It takes a little bit of time for that file clerk to go running around to find that particular file that was, shuffled away, that's got layers and layers of garbage piled up on it from, fear porn, TV, junk food, all the rest of it. So, the more clear you get yourself, the more clear you get your body, the more clear you get your thinking and your own understanding, clear heart, the faster the clerk will happen and to bring stuff out to you. People have always said to me, well, why is your memory so good? And I said, well, because it is. I choose to make it good. I choose to remember. I've been consciously aware of it my whole life. I mean, I've picked up points in my life from, very young. The day I was born, basically, all the way up. And there's moments that I consciously said, I'm going to remember this, so that I always have a reference point. And I've got those all the way up through my life, and they're just beautiful pictures, and they bring everything that in that area back into view when I need to, So it's we have to change our speak, the language, the spelling that we deal with. Here's the biggest program running. School, they want to teach you to be good spellers. They want to teach you to be good writers and get you looking at the words. And then over time, what happens is you forget to start or to keep hearing them. We talk about antonyms, synonyms, and homonyms. Synonyms, words that are spelled differently but sound the same, and they have totally different meanings. Right, or right. So that's why I tell people, if you want to go into a courtroom, that's their biggest trick, because you do not know what you were saying. And I've written dozens of articles on this. Like taking words, and people in my Skype rooms have seen me do this on occasion, and I can do it in real time. I'll take a word like you, and I'll spell it E-W-E. And by the time I'm finished the whole sentence, you're looking at it, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's got a complete gibberish or a completely different intent to it, but you say it. It sounds exactly the same as something you would spell differently. So this is why you have to be mindful. And that spell has been broken. That was my goal.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. There's a couple of things you learn that you're here to do, and that was one of them for me, and that's been my focus. And my ultimate goal is to turn the key for the contract, which is how are we trapped here physically and spiritually into an open contract with the universe that keeps us here. Again, with the courts, it was not about, trying to prove the court's dishonor. Oh, for crying out loud. That's pretty obvious. What I had to figure out was, okay, well, what are we doing that's dishonorable, that's keeping them in universal light, that they're doing okay and can get away with it? And the fact is, we've been committing fraud our entire lives, and our parents aided and abetted us into it. It wasn't even the system that did it. And it was done through the birth bond. Your parents have convinced you your whole life of your name,
gave you a piece of paper, that the only piece of paper the government ever gave you in reference to it. Every other piece of paper you have to go and get with it. So you have to go out and aid and abet into your own fraud. So any licenses or contracts that you have with a system that you went out and did, that's fraud. It's absolute, not pure fraud. You criminals, stop. Lose the id entity. It's not you. Never was. And they've got you committing crimes against yourself. That's why cops can walk around, beat the shit out of people, and tase them. So, they don't care. The murder rate of cops across Canada is ridiculous, and there's never a charge. They might get a little slap in the wrist. Well, okay, you got 3-month holiday, and we're going to take you off the street and put you on a desk for a year until everyone forgets, and we'll put you back out again. But that's about it. You try pulling that stuff against them, and it's a whole different story. So again, it's the only time we're going to figure stuff out, guys, is when we look in the mirror and decide it's my fault. I'm so sick and tired of people. They'll say something, well, blah blah, this happened and that because so and so did this, that, and the other. And I said, well, first question I have: were you there? Were you part of the equation? Oh yeah. It's your fault too, then, stupid. It's like people that get on a roller coaster and fall off and start suing people. Well, did you get on the bloody thing? Yeah. Okay. Well, it's your fault, isn't it? That's the thing. Is it's completely a balance out, and as soon as people get back into that balance, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. But that's a tough ego program to break. That's what I call the tricky little bastard. It's the one that makes you think it's you, and it's not. And it's not. But we're there. We're there. Yeah, a lot of people are finally waking up to this, and I'm meeting them every day, one-on-one, and I take so much pride in saying anyone that contacts me one-on-one, I answer, and I think it freaks a lot of people out. Well, she says that you can call her and tell you, well, I'm going to try it, and lo and behold, I answer the Skype, or on occasion when people call me on the cell, I answer my cell. I answer emails. I answer Facebook posts, and I like to make sure that everyone gets contacted, that they're all part of it. See, we do this together. This is how we stand. We don't stand going, well, look at so-and-so's doing. That's pretty cool. I'm just going to stand back here and watch. No, that's not how it works, guys.
That being able to answer all your calls and your emails and everything, folks, I want you to really respect Kate for being so conscientious in that. I've got phone calls 2 weeks previous that I haven't been able to call back yet, and people have been very, very kind to me about it. And as I tell my phone family, if I don't get back with you within a week, call me again. But it's hard to keep up when you're out there and you're trying to help people. It is hard to keep up with the personal contact, and I really applaud you, Kate, because that is quite a feat, I must say.
Well, it definitely takes its toll, and that's the one thing I will say, in as much as people contacting me, I do love hearing from you, and I do want to talk to you. I just don't have hours to do it because there's other people waiting, and that's the only thing, and that's not to say that nobody can, recontact me again or this, that, and the other. Not at all, not at all. Again, it's just being mindful of not just me, but everybody else. This is how my job is to bring people to the table. I want to see how you eat. I want to see your table manners. And I want to see where you fit, and I'm going to connect you with whoever you need to be connected with, because that's my job. I feel like a spiritual phone operator. Oh, you're doing this and that. Okay, I know who you need to talk to, and that's all I do. So, but there you go. I should probably bring a couple of people in. What do you think, guys? I'm just going to open these lines up. We all having fun yet? Is this good? Nobody's answering. I guess Tony's on mute. And
no, I was actually doing something in another window, and when it opens up a window and you try and click mute, I had to close the window before the mute button would work.
Sorry that I'll stop catching you off guard like that. Fair. Yes, I'm a pushy bitch. Get over it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just go down the list here, guys. So you keep your eyes on what you're doing, Tony. I got the rest, and Carol's got my back here as well. So here we go. Area code 248. 68. Hello. Okay, some noise in the background there. Someone's just listening. That sounded like someone. Awesome. I love when people are listening at work. Takes the masters for a whole new level. Okay, area code 21031. Area code 21031. Questions or comments? Jump in. Okay. There. We'll squeeze down to area code 801. 801, 801, first two numbers, 81. Questions or comments, or just listening? Okay, just listening. That's the thing, you know. I know we get a lot of people that call in just to listen, and that's awesome. Area code 25270. Area code 25270. Questions or comments? Okay. Read out your whole number, but you know that's people don't need that, really don't. Anyway, area code excuse me, 360. First two numbers 89. 36089. Questions or comments? Just listening. Okay. All right, keep going. We got a few more here. Okay. Area code 21586. 21586. Questions or comments? And nope. All right, and last one for now. A few dropped off there. Area code 30393. Area code 30393. Questions or comments? I hear somebody. I hear you. Okay, just in the background. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I missed anybody here. Oh, I think this is Rob. Area code 661. Oh, come on. Area code 66174. Is this Rob? If it is, he's got his mic muted. Oh, here, I got one just popped in. Chances are. Area code 808. Okay, as soon as the mic goes live, that'd be good. All right, area code 80825. Questions or comments?
Aloha. Can you hear me?
Oh, loud and clear, hon. How are you doing?
Hello, gorgeous.
Oh, stop.
Darman calling.
Hey, how are you doing?
My great friend. Wow. I love you so much. I want to marry you.
Okay, well, I've never been proposed to on air. That's a first. Thank you, Charmin.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'll just turn. And you know what it is? It's just because I can change your car's oil and go shoe shopping with you. You know that.
I know. I can't wait.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love everything. You've really shaken me to my core. Really made me think about a lot of things. And, you know, when you talk about the crime that has been committed against us and how we continue perpetuating the crime, it's really scary. It's because it's like all we've ever known, but yet we know that it's, you know, an atrocity. It's a huge atrocity, but it's like that's all we know. And so it's really scary to step out into the unknown about how do we go out there and how do we exist when somebody asks you what's the last four digits of your social.
Yeah, well, I hear I've got a couple of new ones for you. For anyone listening tonight, do yourself a favor and stop using your zip codes and stop using your postal codes, because I'll tell you why. It brings you into the UPU jurisdiction. And the easy way to stop anyone else from writing it on there is you just write in brackets a no zip code or no postal code. Because what you're doing then is you're taking it out of what's known as a federal jurisdiction. This is some very powerful information. Lots of stuff, because people were talking about stamps and whatever, voiding the stamp, and sending stuff back, and so that worked at one time. It doesn't work anymore apparently. But simple fact is, they're talking within a separate jurisdiction, and I got to tell you, it wasn't a coincidence that there was a family that I did a lot of work for in Guelph, and the lady that ran the company that I was doing bits and pieces of work for, it was her dad that actually set up the postal codes. Isn't that funny? Just a coincidence, though. But these are things.
It's like we're in this system that seems to really, it's like, how do you operate? I mean, you know how to operate, but it feels like really like, how do you jump out of this? How do you jump out of it? And what's there to jump into?
Oh, Charmin, don't kid yourself. I got to tell you, what I go through on a daily basis is not for the weak and timid, hun. It is the most difficult thing I have to do, standing my ground exactly where I'm standing on it. Because, you see, here's the thing about this beautiful consciousness, and the one thing that the elites are most afraid of. Here it is in a nutshell. If but one shall awaken, we are doomed. The word doomed, by the way, means judged. It's not like doomed. But again, in one's actions, one is judged. Because one has already had the thought, has had the intention, and the intention will only manifest in the physical. When when you actually physically do something, you had to put that thought there first. That's why in their silly little court system, it's always, they got to prove intent, because they can't nail you on anything but that. It's sort of like, you can take something as simple as a, quote, accident, unquote, and show that there was intent in it because you were there, whether it was an accident or otherwise. So this is it's a very fine line that we have to walk here. But this is why I'm trying to reassure people. You don't have to do what Tony and Santo and myself and quite a few others have done. What we've done is taken our own pieces and cleared that particular part. I was built to do this, okay? I am not special in any way whatsoever. What I am is I had a specific piece of the puzzle to find. I found it. That's it. Now I'm trying to share it so that you can find your piece to come to this puzzle and put it in with the rest of us. That's how we do it together. We put this picture together, and we do it really easy, baby steps. I'm not asking people to go and challenge their mortgage and all the rest of it. I just, as soon as I saw a fraud, I stopped. And you have to understand this. This voice that you're hearing, it sounds all Guy and everything else. There's basically a 12-year-old little girl inside here, okay? And this is what I have been dealing with my entire life. And when you have to live up to something that others expect of you, it's a bloody terrifying existence. I have to tell you that. And then, of course, when you finally come out and let people know who you are, they kind of go, well, nothing about me changed. Nothing.
Right.
It's just all I did was, I've just got better legs than you thought I had, that's all. and you move on, that's basically it, but it's baby steps. It's doing things like stop, signing your name on shit. You mentioned about someone asked for the last four numbers. Well, I'll tell you, the only document I will carry around is proof of their fraud. It's a birth certificate. And on mine, it says quite clearly, warning, a certificate is not evidence of identity. And it also says caution, use of, I forget what it was, false certificates or whatever. Basically, what it says there is, this isn't identification, so you can't use it for that. And don't go out and get anything else with it, because that will create a false identity, and you're actually committing fraud. You see, within the court system, it's always been about honor, and, of course, the magic one, contempt of court. You can go back to Clerk Praxis and read that, and it's all about contempt of court. And if you walk in with a false identity, are you being contemptible? Damn straight you are. And that's how they nail you. So I had a discussion with my friend of mine, Derek. We've never actually talked on the phone or anything. It's always through Facebook or Skype texting. But he's a young man that really has his head around the surreality of the courts and same page as me. Like, I just love talking to this guy because he's seeing things the same way I do, and he's picking out how are they trapping ethereally. And I got to tell you, a lot of this, I'm going to write a book on this, but chances are our system's going to collapse before I get that far. Hey, listen, the fact that I've got an ebook put together with essays already is a miracle in and of itself. So, anyway, I talk too much. I'm sorry.
Oh, keep talking. I love to hear you talk. So you were talking to Carol a minute ago, right?
Yeah, Carol's still on the call.
And can you get her website again?
Carol?
Where she had that little thing that she said. Did you have that that you had written out?
Yes, it's on the site. Yes, it's on the internet site. It's not a www dot. It's not a www dot site because it's a blog site. So you don't use the triple W's in a dot, but it is WWL, WF as in family, and that all stands for Worldwide Lightworker Family. So it's WWL, WF dot live journal. That's LIV as in Victor E journal.com.
So there is a dot after the F?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay,
There's
great.
Two dots in the address, one after F and one after Live Journal, and then it's .com. So you go there, you'll find my name and phone number. You can get a hold of me. There's the Law of One. There's archives for the last 30 days of our calls. and you just enjoy. It's a very plain Jane site. It's nothing special. We're all volunteers. We don't ask for money for anything, and just be comfortable with it. If it doesn't suit you, don't continue to do it. We don't ask anybody to believe anything they don't feel comfortable believing. Okay?
Thank you. I really appreciated what you had to say about the situation in Boston today and the probable reasons for it. I was interviewed this morning on Gail Lloyd's new program, new blog talk show, Channel Your Power, and her topic was love and appreciation. And from my own, where I come from, I really believe we need to be sending unconditional love. And I had been listening to another show, You Are the Resistance show, and I was also feeling that there was just so much, super getting people kind of like almost ramping up the fear. And somebody had called on and said, well, we really just need to tell people to send out unconditional love. And the response was, well, I don't want to get religious. And to me, that's not religious at all. That's really that's empowering people, because we are unconditional love. And by sending unconditional love to all of the things that are unloving in the world, it dispels all that darkness.
Absolutely. Sorry, you're making me chuckle here because I like to pull an Alex Jones every so often. You are the resistance, right?
I know, I love that when you do that.
It's such a lady voice, isn't it? Anyway, Eddie Izzard, you rule. I have a boots for you, sunshine. Anyway, look at the word resist ants. Okay, cyst. Do you want them? Why would you want to resist anything?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
CYST. When you get them, you kind of want to get rid of them, yeah? But what you're dealing with, exactly, and that's one of the things that I am adamantly in people's faces about, especially, I call them fear porn mongers. They're selling the lie. What they're looking for is to feed their own ego. Look at me, I'm popular because I can piss people off and get them all angry and get out and shoot people. No, that's not how we do this, guys. Insanity is defined as doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. So I've taken a different approach, as have people like Greg of In5D, Greg and Heidi with their In5D radio. They're doing now, and they're on tonight as well. Look at that tag team in the universe. Love it. Tony Santo, all you guys that are calling in, you are the awakened because you've seen the futility of beating yourself up, i.e. going out for revenge. I do like the rule book. For anyone that's listened to me for any length of time will understand that I have a completely different take on books like the Quran or the Bible or the Vedics or whatever, because everyone is reading them literally, and that's the wrong thing to do. Because if you do, you end up with a planet like this, and So what you got to do is take the lessons from them, right? So we got to take take the femininity back by understanding that a wife must be subservient to the husband, which actually means the emotions must be subservient to the mind, right? So and anything feminine is spiritual, emotional, of that nature. Anything masculine, the intent is of the mind. So when you get that, you start reading that, those books in a whole different light. And there's a little puppy barking, always cute. Anyway, so and that's where we're at, Charmin. And I'm glad we're there. And by the way, I'm posting Carol's link into my Facebook. For those that want to get in touch with me, please do. You can get me at kate.renee.5. That's KATE. .RENE .5. It's cute. It's a little white puppy. It looks like a terrier. Just gorgeous little dog. Noisy as all get out though. Cute as a button though. Honestly, it's funny because I'll be standing on the deck and as soon as the cat sighted me, he just kind of looks up and goes tail wag and then starts barking. It's like way down too. It's got great eyesight, this dog. But anyway, so I just posted the Worldwide Lightworkers Family's journal, which you can get at www.lwf, kate.livejournal.com. Get to me on Facebook, kate.renee.5, and get you into Katie's Cove as well, which is going to be all the up-to-date. We have Synchronicity chat rooms as well. We'll get you united with the rest of your family that you've been looking for. And that's what I tell everyone that shows up. Welcome home. Nice to have you back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love being here.
Isn't it fun? Isn't it nice being home?
Yes.
You know? It's the only question I ask people out there is, have you had enough yet? Have you had enough of this? Please, let's stop and let's do something completely 180 degrees. And what Carol was saying about Drake, I mean, of course, I only caught on to Drake during the fear porn times, and unfortunately, people like Dave Wilcott got caught into it and all the rest of it. But that's, I mean, it says it right in Revelations, the rule book. It says false prophets will be everywhere. Now remember, that's prophets, Profits, and Prophets. So the false prophets are money. Right? It's all debt notes. And the false prophets are the ones trying to push them and create the fear porn. So again, and there's another essay I wrote called Trading Prophets for Profits. And once you really start to see how this tongue pledge, langage, it's French, langage, language, means tongue pledge, just like mortgage means death pledge. Once you start really getting a handle on angle or angelish that we speak, and start hearing it again for probably the first time in your life since you were a child, because you remember, we didn't learn to speak reading from books. We learned to speak sonically. And what has happened was once we've got to a certain stage in that, they take us and they throw us into the Rockefeller Program Centers called public schools, full of Rand McNally military-industrial complex history books that say winning wars is fun and we have to buy weapons and all that shit. It's no wonder we messed up, and that's what we need people to do. This is not about sitting back and beating yourself up and blaming yourself. We all got duped. Me, you, everybody. Get over it. Just get over it. Let it go and let's move forward instead of buying into the lie. Stop buying the shite. Honestly, unless you want more of this, I'm done. I'm going to keep doing what I do till the last breath I have. Hell or high water, I'm in this game for the long haul. So is Tony, so is Santos, so are you guys. And you want to do your friends a favor. Don't try to convince them of anything. Say, listen, here's a good one. So I got this really cool show on internet. You should check it out sometime. It's we go everywhere here, and you know that. We like to bring everything outside the box, and cosmic blueprints and syncretism. And I guarantee you, we got something for everybody, because this show is everyone. This is your platform, and you're proving it tonight.
Hey, thank you.
There you go. Isn't that easy?
Yes.
Baby steps.
I love it. Thank you.
Baby steps. If you can't convince anybody, throw them on to me, and I'll potty mouth them into reality. Promise.
I love your courage.
Oh yeah, it's been a long road. They've done their damnedest to beat the shit out of me from the time I got here. Excuse me, and that's something you got to realize too. We're dealing with dark principalities here. We're dealing with a very, very ancient contract. We're dealing with entities that have the edge on us on a certain level of knowing, but that is powerless against one thing and one thing only. And I'm not going to be all religious on you. It's called love. It's called unconditional compassion. That's where you need to be. And when you get there, you are untouchable.
I agree.
You stop manifesting the garbage around you, because you fall off the radar. You fall off the dark radar. They can only see their own. They can only resonate with their own frequency. You go invisible. Celestine prophecies. Anyone ever seen that?
Oh yes.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, where they were literally invisible because they were, and then of course, what brought them back? Fear.
Fear. You got scared.
Exactly. They can only spot you when you're in fear. So you know what? Put a smile on your face. Get out and have some fun.
That's right. Enjoy life. We're all meant to live charmed, lovely lives.
Exactly.
And we do that by loving everything.
Yeah. Now here's
a positive force.
Absolutely. Here's another little positive force for you. Do yourselves a favor. If you're going to be traveling, say you're driving around or whatever, if you're the first thing you need to do is remove all connection to id entity. You can throw it in a drawer at home. Imagine, how have you felt when you've left the home without your purse? Right? Look at the attachment we have. I need my ID, you know. I need my debit card. I need my credit card. I need my this. I need my that. I need my trap. And you know, there's the cyst. That's the resist that is there. So you know what? If you can't get rid of it, fine. Leave it at home. The only thing you need to carry in your purse is your birth certificate. and that's it. Because if they go to try to use it, they're committing fraud. That's a fact. They can only get you in contract by your free will choice. If you have none of their contacts where they can grab you, different story. It's a different mindset too. This changes your mind. It changes your universe. And it starts building that confidence. When you take that baby step, you know, it's like my own walk to be me finally was a lot of baby steps, a lot of fear, a lot of hidden terror inside. You know, you'll never see it on my face though. That's the stage. The years of stage gave that to me. But I'll tell you.
Good actor.
Well, lots of practice. That's for sure. You know, thing is, just take the steps you can handle. Don't do anything you cannot handle. Get the victory. Take the victory little by little. You know, and it's like looking at a buffet table trying to mow it all down. But I tell you, if none of the food were to ever go bad, you would eventually get through it. You know?
That's a great analogy.
So don't bite off more than you can chew. See, these old wives' tales and anecdotes and all the rest of it have such power. It's like one of my essays that's in this book coming up called The Long and Short of It. The long form birth certificate and the short form birth certificate. You've heard the saying, the long and short of it. Well, that's the long and short of it. Well, what the hell are they referring to? Well, I find one of the layers of truth. That's one of the things in it they were referring to. You know, the truths are there. We know everything. We just forgot. I'm just trying to remember. And I get to work with people like you guys that help me remember. And the thing is, the best way I can learn is by doing this. And I'm in student mode when I do these shows. I'm in full student mode because when I'm conversing with people, I'm listening for the resonance. I'm listening to see what's resonating, what matches me in my frequency and matches them in theirs. And as soon as you get there, and I'm going to start every show. I have to now because I've been saying it every time. Mark Passio, I don't believe you. Well, the truth doesn't require your belief, and it doesn't. You know,
true.
Doesn't need to be right or wrong. And there's ego. That's duality. Get into the singularity. Truth. You know, dare to be wrong. I've been wrong more than most people. That's exactly why I know what I do, because I chose to be. I went trying to prove me wrong for a lifetime. There's something wrong with me. I'm a freak. There's something wrong with me. It says, well, actually, as it turns out, that which was wrong with me is exactly what was right with me. And here I am sitting today. You know, fun stuff, eh?
Yes, very fun stuff. I love it all. I love listening to you, Santo, Tony, Carol. You guys are my new family.
Well, actually, we're your old family. It took you a while to show up, Carolyn, but bloody time, you know. I said to everybody, you know, they'll show up on Facebook. I said, where the hell have you been? You know, I haven't seen you for, you know, this whole lifetime. Where have you been? About time you showed up. And that's effectively what we're doing is we're finally reuniting. That this is the law of dominant frequencies. You, me, all of us are finding the same frequencies now that we resonate at, and now we're gathering. This is the gathering of angels. And they don't, you know, the principalities here, they don't stand a chance, and they know it. That's the joy of it. You see, because I know that. I don't think it, I don't feel it, I don't believe it, I know it. I guess that's my Aryan midheaven. I'm allowed to say that. Aryans they're all about I know. Gemini, well, we're just about I think. So I think, therefore I know. Or sorry, I am. Aquarians are I know. Again, the Aryans standing in the I am. What Carol was saying earlier, stand in your I am. Don't shift. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. The false prophets are there everywhere. And I can't believe I got that wrong. I've been talking about zodiacs for a long time, but actually, I'll be the first to tell you. Now, I'll leave that to people like Santo, Mary, Cole, Henriette, Jeanette, and a bunch of others that really have their heads on around it. I do have a good grip on it now, though. That's what I get for hanging out with Santo Bonacci, and you guys get that too. So And Friday nights, he really, really loves doing the charts, by the way, for everybody. And I'm so happy that so many people call in looking for it on the Friday night. I will tell you, it is a bit of a nightmare, though.
When he was reading Carol's chart, I thought he was reading me. It was crazy how many similarities we have.
It's all in the design, babes. It's all in the design.
I know. I love it.
You know, it's
really
like... Well, look around. You know, how many different models of car are there? Minivans, they're still vehicles, right? They still fall under the same category. Some of them have just slightly different shapes and styles and designs, but they all have the same fundamental intent to get you where you need to be. And that's what astrology, astrotheology is all about. It'll get you home. You know, promise. And here's the best part. You have the heavens testifying for you, as above, so below. And I got to tell you, the reassurance I got from, you know, talking with Santo one-on-one a few times, you know, because there's a lot of self-doubt, right? I've been through a lifetime of it, so that's where I measure myself. And when he came out the one night and said, you know, the heavens are testifying for you, you know, Venus rules me, Leo ascended, we cannot do anything evil. Yeah, I've screwed up a few times, absolutely, but it was never with malicious intent to do so. That's the difference, right? Yeah, I screwed up, and we all learn, and we all move on. We make our mistakes, and the fools are the ones who don't learn from them. And the bigger fool is one saying they never make them.
Exactly.
You know, so again, this is about the mirror. Get over yourself. Have a good hard look at how beautiful you are, and realize that everything we've been through in this game on this planet so far, until we woke up, we didn't stand a chance. Didn't stand a chance. It had us chasing our tails, had us chasing debt notes, had us chasing the American nightmare, you know, had us fighting with each other, going to war, all the rest of it. Look, you know, when you look back through history, well, I've often said, if you want a good war, get a couple of religions involved. That'll sort it out. And what Carol was saying earlier about the Christians, every time the Christians showed up on shore with their red cross, well, they lived up to it. That they sharpened the bottom point of that cross, turned it into a sword, and shed blood across this planet, wiping out almost completely some of the indigenous groups that are on this planet. For what? Gold. It wasn't to save your soul. You want to worship Satan? You want to worship Satan? Head to the Vatican. Yeah, so there you go.
Yes.
So I'm going to try. I'm going to leave your call open, so just jump in when you feel like it. Area code 419. Just going to bring some more people in here. I get talking and I forget, and I'm the one pushing buttons and shit. So, area code 419. 9 questions or comments?
One ringy dingy.
One ringy dingy. How are you?
It's Jim.
Yes, Jim. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Oh man, I tell you, what a day. What a day.
No doubt, it's definitely been interesting, and I'm actually I have to keep my. Hey Tony, do me a favor, keep your eyes on the board for Johnny, so I know to get how far I can go with this call, because I've got it set up till 8:30. So yeah, we ran out last time real quick, so I just want to make sure that
Johnny's running half an hour late.
Oh, okay, so I could have done the 2 hours. Bloody hell. Anyway, no worries. We'll run past a wee bit. It's all good. What is it with the half-hour late thing? Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. Oh, actually, just going to check down through Skype for anyone listening. Okay. Oh, here's a quick little note. That's a couple things I want to do for you guys. I get really cool notes from people. This one is in from Swan, so paying attention, everyone. This is the most powerful week of the year to get things up and running, apparently. And look at this week's astrology. Solidify your plans as Venus, Mars, and the Sun all enter determined Taurus this week. First, Venus moves into Taurus on April 15th. Go figure on that one, eh, Tony? When it's time to let go of fair weather friends. The Sun and Mars conjunct in Aries on April 17th. There's that date again, giving you one last burst of energy to get new plans going. Then on April 19th, the Sun enters Taurus, followed by Mars on April 20th, when you'll summon all the strength and determination you need to succeed. So let's put some focus on love this week, guys. Heavy duty style. Fair?
Yep.
Amen.
Absolutely.
I just got asked if I discovered what planet I'm from. Not yet. Actually, I've got a funny feeling. It's not in this solar system, but there you go. That's just me. I have my own ideas about that. So, here, thank you. This is, I'm not sure what group this is. I just got added to. Oh no, that's my Skype's doing some weird stuff. Oh yeah, actually, Tony, you already went through this one as well. Look at you, you're so on top of the game. Thank you for having my back. Okay. Yes, what you resist, persist. Per being 4. So if you want to which by the way is the spelling of Ra in Egyptian, so son of God, sist. Do you really want to do that? Didn't think so. And persist means to, forsist. So what you resist, persist. So there you go. Not going to go there. Thanks, Kelly. Good comment. And just checking down. I'm multitasking, walking and chewing gum at the same time. Anyway, yeah, go ahead, Jim. I think I'm caught up here.
Like I said, I just called in. I've been listening. Just a Virgo. I'm just a watcher. I don't really have that much to say.
No such thing as just a Virgo. Sorry, I have the Virgo moon.
I'm a Virgo. So, yeah, I got it all 3 ways.
Running the trifecta.
Yep.
Hey, and that's kind of funny because I got Venus 3 ways too as my ruling planet, and my other favorite joke is me. Well, I'm a walking 3-way. There you go. Keeping it humorous, keeping it light. Yeah, I think, and I was just going down the phone list here to see if there's any new callers in, and yeah, there is. Okay, so I'm gonna keep you guys open here. So, and by the way, when I do end the show, it'll be rather sudden as soon as I get the call, or whatever. We'll definitely run past the 8:30, so we'll go into recording on it anyway. But just to let people know, and I'll get my thank yous out right now. And another bit of news as well. Paul from criticalmassradio.co.uk asked me to read something out as well, so I'm going to grab that. And has also asked, wants to get us involved on the main station as well with Critical Mass Radio, because we're running the sister platform separate and together with Critical Mass at different times actually. So it's very good. But here's a little note from Paul at Critical Mass Radio for everyone. This is at criticalmassradio.co.uk. They now have a members facility. It's at the top right of the website, and it is free to join. Just enter your email address, and you'll be added to the mailing list, and you'll then be updated on all things Critical Mass Radio and Truth Movement, live shows and events. Thank you. And he asked if I could announce it, and absolutely, I said I would, and there it is. So thanks to Paul, Lisa, and the Critical Mass Radio for giving us this voice. And when I say us, I'm talking about me and all you guys out there that listen and call in. This is your show, not mine. I'm just pushing the buttons here. And I mean that in more ways than one, I'm sure you can imagine. That was my point of shutting up, Q. Anybody? Nobody, eh? Okay. I got to keep talking. Wow.
I got to step in here. I love your brilliance and I love your energy. You're just an amazing being. And thank you for being in our lives. I just can't thank you enough for everything you're bringing to the table, my dear.
Oh, it's a pleasure, and thank you. It took me years to learn to say that instead of just running away and hiding in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
That 'tis my nature. Believe that or not, it's in my chart. Trust me. That's one.
You're going to find that I don't know how long you've been doing this particular call, but I think you're going to find that you're attracting people like a magnet at this time. I think there's a lot of people ready for what your message is, and that they're all looking, and as somebody will drop the hint, plant the seed about your call, I think it's just going to be overwhelming at the new people finding you and just being so over the top happy about finding you. We've needed you for a long time, my dear.
I tell you, the only thing that, well, there's probably many things, but the big one for me is I'm not telling anyone anything they don't already know. All I'm doing is saying, and I've heard this many times, I'm just saying things that people want to say, but haven't, for whatever one reason or another, just haven't said it. And I tell you, it was a long road to get to this point of, no fear, get it in gear. And That's going to be the reason why, because this is their voice. Because I'm you. And that's it. And I'm going to say things that most people won't. That, have been either too socially programmed, and that's the way the system works. And it's not a fault, guys. It's not. It's a program. And I'm here to bust them to kingdom come. Done. Get rid of them.
Yeah, I want to just make a comment in regards to what you just said about you're going to say it, you're going to, and you're about putting it in the people's faces. And listen, folks, let me just urge you, you don't need to do this or believe this, but I am suggesting that when something rattles your cage, if Kate or any of the other people on the call say something that shakes your timbers and think, oh my God, what's going on here, stop and take a deep breath and say, God, what am I supposed to learn from this? Because evidently, if it's going to shake your timbers, there's a lesson in there for you, and you need to pay attention to it instead of running away from it. Take a second look. Hang in there. Analyze it. Where's my heart? What have I been programmed for? Where did that come from? Why am I upset with this? And I'll turn this back to you, my sweet Kate.
Well, thank you, my sweet Carol. I got to tell you, you're absolutely right. And I know there are many, many nights that Tony is, 3,500 miles away, just cringing when I go off on one of my bitch rants. And that what you're hearing from me is something that is not quite resonating with me. And it's like this warning, Will Robinson, danger, got to say something. And then that fire kicks into gear. And I was asking Mary last night, what the hell is that about me? Because it's like I'm looking at my chart going, and then she laid it out for me. It's I've got a party going on in the 11th house, Aquarius, a house of friends. I have a Leo ascendant, which is all about fire and get it out there. And basically, what was the other word she used? That was I can't remember the word. See, I just used a negative. Bad girl. I will remember the word, and it will come to me. But that being said, I saw the pieces come together, and basically it's a collective of, effectively I'm here to save the whole damn planet. And that's how I felt my whole life, that I've got something to do here that is going to get people to realize how stunningly beautiful they are. I've walked through this life in bewilderment most times at how people treat each other. And that includes me too. I'm as guilty as the next one. Not as guilty in many ways, but as guilty in the fact that you do it once, you've done it 100 times. It does not matter. It's taken the time to step back and go, well, my two questions, here they are. The only two I ask myself ever. Is that something I would do, or is that something I would not do? And I have my answer right there. For those that ever watched Flintstones when they were a child, you remember Kazoo, the mighty Kazoo. He's like the flying conscience of Fred, Dum-Dum, right? Fred Flintstone. And then, of course, on occasion you had the episodes where the angelic Kazoo would show up on one shoulder and the devil Kazoo would show up on the other one. And what was the one that Fred always followed? He always followed the devil Kazoo. And what did he end up in? He ended up in a quagmire shit pile of garbage that I'm really surprised that Flintstones, although being the first TV show to ever show two people, a man and a wife in the same bed, to be the one that would show a divorce in action. I'm sure there was a couple of attempted husband beatings from Betty Ann, but there you go. And these things are there. We can look at them. We can think back. We can remember. And put these things back into our lives so that I can't say it deeply enough of how stunningly beautiful you are, because I'm looking in my mirror finally. And I got to tell you, it's been a very, very difficult walk to look into that mirror, but now it's getting easy. Now the purpose is just going exponential, because everyone that shows up, and I will tell you, to back up on that, Carol, the people. Every time I click onto Facebook, I have a new request, a contact request, and it has been growing daily. And if anything at all, it's exactly what we're doing here. We're in midstream. We are finally going with the current. We're not paddling upstream against ourselves. We're not paddling towards Scylla or Charybdis. We finally found that center balance. And what's happening here, and I'm seeing it in real time, is I've got this beautiful steady flow of people coming in, and the universe never gives me more than I can handle. There are some days that I go, oh, wait a minute. But it's funny, I always seem to get through it. I always seem to get done what needs to get done, and even during that, taking a few minutes for me, and actually not feeling guilty for doing that. That's a big one for me, not feeling guilty not doing that. Weird. But and I love these open forums, guys. I was saying to Eric before he left tonight. So it's just it's just gonna be me and Tony, and and then me, Tony Santo on QL television. And I said, but what's magical about those nights is we really we don't have to worry about asking this or asking that. We just kind of let it go where it goes. We let the boat go downstream where it needs to be. And look who we've picked up tonight. Look at all these beautiful people on the boat and sitting at the same table, and it's beautiful. And that's not a religion either. Isn't that funny?
Can I talk to Carol for 1 second?
Well, you can talk to her longer than that.
You don't want to say that to me with my son, with Mercury conjunct my son, honey baby.
No, earlier today I saw a YouTube video that was let me see, I think that was on calendar. That was on the 31st of March, and you had the guy East Coast on. Mm-hmm. Very, very interesting. I was just wondering maybe if Kate and and Tony could get him on this show.
Oh yeah. He and I have talked about this. Absolutely.
Very, very knowledgeable for a young guy.
East Coast is one of my dearest friends, and his intellect and knowledge of what's gone on and what's going on will blow your socks off. If you haven't seen or heard East Coast yet, you have a treat coming. He is a brilliant, brilliant young man, and he defers to me, and I say, oh no, I'm the old guard. I've been around too many years. I said I'm ready for fresh blood to take over, and he is wonderful, and we'll put him in touch with Kate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I listened to that today, and oh my, it's like you had to take off. It's like. And they said something about Thursday, and I'm kind of wondering if you have that on YouTube.
No, honey, we don't put we don't ever advertise. The people that find our phone call, it's unusual that I come out and put my information. Kate has been so generous. Most people don't want me to because we're over the top. We're not your usual fare, if you will. And
we're all over the top.
Yeah. Amen. But he's on our calls on Thursday nights. He's on the first hour, so you can hear him there, and you can find him on the Thursday calls on the archives on our internet site.
Oh, and here's a quick question for you. Can you Skype in on that? Or
can you what?
Can you Skype call into it?
I don't think so. No, it's just a telephone call in.
Okay. Yeah, because that's my only drawback is...
well, you can Skype into the real call, and the live call you can Skype into, but as far as the archives, we're not... I don't know that you can. If you can you Skype in on a telephone conference call archive?
Well, I would have to. I'm not sure yet because I'm not really up to speed on that stuff. I've done the vast majority of what I do via Skype, or in my FM days, I had the station which had the call-in number as well. So, and just a quick note for people, Rezu, yeah, absolutely, you can Skype in. For those, sometimes you have to refresh the page you're listening to see the Skype button. All you do is click that, and it will Windows will open and take you exactly where you need to be, and I will see your Skype call on the board. So by all means, if you're on Skype, you can call in from anywhere on the planet. I mean, Santa calls in from Australia, and Tony's on with Skype from the UK. So. And of course, I'm on Skype in Canada, and it's based out of the UK and the US, right? So we are now a worldwide family. We're finally connecting everything we need to connect. So accessibility.
Actually, I tried Skyping in a couple of times, and for some reason it says I got to have a pay plan. It's like, what? I've talked to other people on Skype around the world.
Yeah, no, it's a free Skype in. I get people.
But what I'm saying is, it comes up on my end that like a payment plan, a monthly, it's like any other time, like Skype to somebody, it's free. So I just don't get that.
Yeah, it's I've never seen that, so that's something to take note of. I've never heard that before, but there you go. So I'm going to crack another couple of lines open here. I got 7 minutes until the show goes off the air, I believe. 6:44.
Okay, I'm gonna take off. So thank you.
Oh,
and
Jim,
you guys have a great night.
My pleasure, my friend. Much love to you.
Love you all.
Take care of you.
Bye.
Yeah, and I should probably mention that within the half hour of doing this show, Tony Santo and myself will be on QL Television video feed. So if you want to see yours truly and Tony and Santo as we do the interview, I love doing Monday nights. Gives me a chance to put something nice on, so you'll get to put faces to the voice in real time, and it's always a treat, I know, for all three of us and Johnny as well. So I love knowing that people are visually interacting, and of course all the shows go up on YouTube, and they've been going rather viral lately, so we must be saying something right.
Kate?
Yeah.
Kate, will you put that link on your Facebook page?
Absolutely, as soon as I get it. I know Johnny's been having a hell of a time. Apparently, he was. Let me just see. He was talking about exposing some pedophile in Mexico, a priest or something. Anyway, and he's had a couple of hacks on his on his site. He's been having on Facebook. They blocked him for a day on Facebook, stuff like that, because of the information he's been posting. Again, why don't they block me? Because they can't. That's the power of truth, guys. You override it. You override the whole system. I'm not kidding you. I shit you not. That's the power of truth. So stand. That's all you got to do. Stand in your circle of truth and do not ever deny it, regardless of how hard you think it might feel or it might be. The minute you do, you become vulnerable. You step outside of that armor plating of love. Love conquers all, and you've got to be love to have that armor. Stand in truth. Truth, love, synonymous to me. It's not rocket science, boys and girls. It really isn't. So definitely I'll get that link posted around as soon as I get it, and it's generally posted on my page, so I share it immediately when Johnny puts it there, and that way all the contacts in my Facebook get it, and then of course I can copy and paste links into all the Skype rooms. There's another one too, guys. You want to get me on Skype, you can get me at katie.renee.thompson. That's KATIE.RENEE.THOMPSON. And I would give out my email, but I really, really don't like email. It's far too slow. I prefer being the twin Mercury. It's kind of cool. I got double outboard twin Mercs on board. I didn't know that, and it was pointed out to me. It says, can't imagine what goes on inside my head. Yeah, you should try living in here. You know why? Do you know why I like being me? Because no one else can handle it. Fact. But anyway, so by all means, tag me in real time. I prefer that. Once you're on my Skype, I will ask, don't tag me through Facebook. Really slow. I mean, if you don't have my Skype, tag me through Facebook by all means, messaging or whatever. But if you're on my Skype, I will ask to switch it over to Skype, because I can do that faster, and plus I can get files faster and get you where you need to be with the people you need to be with and the groups that we've got set up. And there are now thousands of us. So come to the table. The feast is decided, is waiting for you. The wine is poured. It's aired. It's ready to go. Will you join us?
Yes.
Not cool, eh?
Yes.
That's all it is, And of course, I do the webinars. You've been in the last couple of webinars Thursdays, yes, Charmin?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going. I think I've got the one this week. I'll be finishing up the Kabbalion, and I'm not sure where I'm going to go next week, but it'll definitely be something interesting. I promise.
And can you call into that one, or does that have to just be in the system, the internet system? Because I don't have a speaker. I got a little speaker, but I'm not sure. I have to figure out how to work it. I mean, a microphone.
Oh, microphone. I had, see, the microphone that I'm using right now, I got this about 4 years ago. I think it was $20.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been using it ever since. I've got two of them, actually, and they're both pretty beat up because I use them a little bit, and sarcasm intended. And I've listened back to the shows for quality, and yeah, it's this headset is astonishingly clear. And you got to remember, I'm a studio musician as well, so I'm a little picky about sound, and I'm quite blown away with how clear the technologies are today. So yeah, head down and drop a few ferns and det notes and whatever. You might as well get something for them while they're worth something. Actually, I'm going to bring Lindsay in here. And Bobo, you're both in. I'm not taking no for an answer tonight. You're both in. We're rolling into. We got a minute left here, but Lindsay and Bobo, how you doing?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, hon.
How are you?
Oh, awesome! Yeah, getting fired up for the video show. Just getting fired up for the video show. Looking forward to tonight. It's gonna be fun. It's okay, you can talk. I talk all the time.
Can't hear anything.
Oh. That's weird. You should be able to hear. You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so no, everything's great. Looking forward to the video show coming up, and getting a whole lot more information out there. I know Sandra's been on fire, and this is the week to get shit done, so let's get it done, shall we?
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing your show.
Yeah, it's always fun. And I know I make it really nervous, I think. Just never know what's going to come flying out of my... that's just the way I roll, so...
looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it will.
I was going to say, here's a little saying I came up with that worked for me, and I'm pretty sure it'll work for most of you. Start saying this to yourself, and it works a treat. Don't worry, you'll get over me. I did. And... step into your light, step into your power. This is exactly what the system has been doing for so long, to take us out of that power, keeping us, entrapped in an illusion. And the veils. I've seen the shimmer my whole life, but I got to tell you, it's wonderful coming outside some days. I look up, I'm at a bird I'm seeing flying over, and it's not there. I go, oh, okay. But, I got to tell you, when I came out this morning, I looked up, and there was this beautiful phoenix, rising phoenix cloud. It was monstrous, with its wings up over its head, and you could see the layout. I wish I had a camera for it. And it's the way the cloud was facing, its head was 3D coming out of it, and it's 2 feet, and just, you could see it was beautifully outlined. It was just stunning. And it was a gorgeous moment. So it's time to get stuff done, guys. We have this game. We have the high ground, and we're not leaving it, and we're not losing it. Not this time. We've come too far. New game. Any takers? Oh, it looks like we lost Lindsay there. She dropped off. MJ, your mic's hot. Hello, Skype caller. MJ 778. Okay.
Well, I'll chime in. This is Charmin. I am grinning from ear to ear. I just feel my heart is so full, and I'm so happy. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. I feel like we really are a soul family. I just connect to you on such a deep soul level. But you're also gorgeous. I really want to do your hair and makeup for you.
I love you. We got to go shopping, girlfriend. We got to go shopping.
I know. I'm so looking forward to it. So I'm going to chime out now, but love to all, unconditional love to everyone, and let that love float out to the entire universe, because the universe needs lots of love too.
Agreed.
Thank you, Charmin. Thank you, dear one.
Well, Carol, nice connecting with you as well. So love, and I'll talk to you guys later. I got to run.
Okay, love you, kiddo. Take care of you.
Aloha.
All right. Aloha. I love that word. It means hello and goodbye at the same time. Perfect singularity word. You gotta love those. But yeah, I think we're just running in the recording a little bit here. And what I think I will do is, unless I'll go up the phone list again, MJ778 with a whole bunch of other numbers behind it. Your mic is open if you have any questions or comments. Okay, I'm just going to go up the list and do the final pass here. Area code 21586. Any questions or comments? 21586. Yeah, you. I hear you. Okay. No questions, no comments. All right, good enough. 817. Yeah, you don't have to. Listening's great. I love it. 81749. 817, area code 49, first two numbers.
Yeah, Kate, this is Chuck.
Hey, how are you?
I am so great. I was a little late this evening, and I'm kicking myself for that, because every time I come into this room, I feel like a fifth grader in the presence of a whole bunch of graduate students. I just love all of you, and I just try to take everything in. I'm like a gigantic sponge that's trying to absorb everything. Keep up the great work. This is a wonderful show. You're a wonderful person.
Oh,
I
thanks,
love your
sir.
voice. I love the 12-year-old pretty little girl inside you. I just love everybody today.
That's
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
What a beautiful mirror. That's, hey, and everyone listening, guys, that's your mirror. That's yours. And I can't see a complaint in the world in that one. You know, and this is where we're going. And this is where we are, and this is where we stay. You know, and I wrote a song. I got to actually upload it. It might even be, no, it's not. I do have a file. I got to get it uploaded. I'll probably put it on the Facebook pages, called "It Only Gets Better From Here," and that's it. We've taken it on the chin for a couple of millennia, and you know, we've played this game, and we're ready for a new one at a whole new level, and say bye-bye to the dark ones. You know, they had a job to do, and they still have a job to do, and it's all good. Once you can see it, it's all good. I can't be any more grateful than I am, because without them, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't have that opposite mirror to look into and go, no, that's not something I would do. So it's a beautiful thing. So thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, Kate.
You know, wow. I'll just leave your mic open, and I'm just gonna go up. I got a couple more here for any final comments or whatever, and then I'm gonna jet to get ready for the next one. Double header Monday nights. Gotta love it. Yeah, I gotta tell you guys. You know, when I hear it, Johnny wants to start a bit later. I'm going, yeah, I get to get on the radio. I get to hang out with you guys. It's open night. It's beautiful. They're my favorite. They really are. I love the open nights, because anything goes. Area code 30393. 30393. Your mic is hot, and I heard you, so I know you're there. Any questions or comments? No? No?
Hello,
Okay.
Larry. Hello, Larry.
Oh, you recognize that number?
Oh, yes, I do.
Hi, Larry.
Larry, just say hi, honey.
Just say hi.
This is the only day he gets to listen to this program, because he has JOB, unfortunately.
Oh,
God
yes.
bless him, and he's a wonderful human being.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Larry.
Yes, I didn't realize I was tapped in here.
Yeah, meet Kate, and Kate meet
Kate?
Larry.
Larry,
This
how
is
are you?
Light. I'm just enthralled with what you. I'm kind of like the gentleman that just spoke. I said I feel like I'm a first grader in a school of graduates.
Oh no, it's you know who you are. And that's the joy of it, because this is, we leave from the childhood all the most perfect, beautiful things, and we have to go through all the trials and tribulations of the left brain understanding, and then we come back to being the child again with that perfect, or closer to perfect understanding. So it's...
Well, the child will lead them.
That's exactly it. Follow your heart. Toucan Sam said it in all the commercials. Follow your nose. Your nose is directly connected to your heart, so where your nose leads, where you go.
I love it.
It's what I do. It works for me anyway. Got me in a lot of shit, though. I'll tell you that much.
Well, we got to get through a lot of that to get to the pony.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Bring the shovels. I lucky I rented a backhoe when I got here. But
I love your sense of humor, Kate. I'm just so delighted that Carol apprised me of your call. I'm just delighted. I wish I could do it every night.
Well, no worries. The archives are there as well, and like I said, the open forums are my favorite.
Great. I didn't know that you archived them. Great.
Oh yeah, this link that you're on right now, that's the same link that you go at about 10 minutes after we go off air. You can download it. It's right there. Just when you get to the page, once it refreshes after the show, it'll say download this episode. Right click that and save target as, and it will save it to your computer, and you can listen at any time. Archive them for MP3s. A lot of people that work. I've got a lot of people that listen to last night's show tonight because they're at work. What they do is they get home, they download it, and then they put it into their MP3, and they've got something to listen to, or some people can listen to it right at work, at their desk or whatever. So, go ahead.
Do you mind giving me your site once again?
Oh, well, it's for the archives?
Yes.
Okay, well, you can get them right on the page, or you're called in. Never mind. Yeah, okay. It's Critical Mass Radio online. I don't have the link up because I'm on the studio board. How do we do this? Go to Syncrenicity.com. That's SYNCRENICITY.com.
Okay, got it.
And that's all things Tony, Santo, and me. And others. We have Tammy's in there. Richard Cummers is in there. We got a lot of people that our job is Synchronicity, to bring everybody together. So we're trying to make it a one-stop truth shop. So show up. It's free. Let's get in there and have some fun.
Beautiful.
So. Yeah, me too, and it's an absolute treat meeting you, Larry, so thank you so much for calling in. And if Monday night's the only night, guaranteed the way the schedules work, I'll be doing at least a 1-hour spot every Monday night, and it'll be open for them, because I never like to book anything less than 2 hours for a guest, because we run out of time very quickly. So.
Terrific. Well, and Carol is such a dear, I'll tell you. It's amazing. She's such a blessed friend, and has just been such a big part of so many people's lives, and she's just filled with love and care and concern, and she just I just had to call in to listen to your call tonight, and she is so right. You are blessed. Thank you very much. I am blessed.
Well, thank you. And here, what's in a name? There's one of the other essays in this book I've got together here. What's in a name? Listen to Carol's name. Carol. Of course she does. My name.
That's right.
My name, you see, Carol, right? My name, Kate, pronounced properly is Ka-T, which is Ka, Egyptian spirit, T, note of love. So spirit of love, Catherine, purity, Renee, reborn. I got lots to live up to. And that was the name I chose. That's
Beautiful.
Mine. No one but me chose that one. The one that my parents gave me originally, which is kind of neat. Here's a little twist for you about synchronicities. The boy initials were W-K-T, so let's say it right. W-K-T, which of course Gemini 2 spirit. And I thought, Kate, Catherine works, bingo. And my sister's name is Karen, which comes from Catherine as well. So it's a beautiful. Everything syncs up, right? I was born on the day the Magna Carta was signed. I had a purpose. I knew what mine was. It wasn't. It really all came into view about maybe 5 years ago. But what's in a name? Look at your own name. I'm going to do a show on that. Thank you for inspiring that thought. I haven't done one of those in a long time, breaking down words and names and what people need to look at. So it's all about the sounds of the name and play with it a little bit. and understand what the words are. And again, I break stuff down through Latin, Greek, and all the French, German, because everything English is. We're finally speaking our original language. English is the original. The breakup was going to all the other languages. Now they're all coming back again, and they're in English. That's why it's one of the newest languages on the planet. So.
Oh.
Well, it's the oldest and the newest. See that? Look at the mirror. Yeah, everything is equal and opposite. Quick example: the word refuse. Right? So when somebody says, "Oh, I refuse to do that," well, okay. So what are you telling me? You don't want to do it, or you want to do it? And they'll say, "Well, what do you mean?" It says, "Well, refuse. It can have the dictionary meaning of to not want to do it, but the actual meaning is to refuse or to rejoin it." What do you want? You see how the courts do this? One of the questions they'll ask you: do you refuse a lawyer? You're trapped either way until you tell them. It's just, oh, I'm not sure what you're asking me, but I do not want one of your liars. You got to be really clear with these guys. They're well trained, well indoctrinated, and trained. So, and that's been my game for the last few years. And you scare the system when they steal your family and home and all the rest of it, try to destroy your life, to break you. And the thing is, let people know, we're dealing with principalities that knew who was coming in when. Chronovisor might be a little hint for you. And for many of us, they've placed barriers in front of us our entire lives to make sure that, everything they could do to try to stop us. And the only thing you need to do to bust their plan, be spontaneous. That's it. Love, love, love. Be spontaneous. Take a different way home from work. Take a different way over to your friends. Just mix it up a little bit. Don't run the program. That's what roads do. They get you into habits. Break the habits. Do something different. Walk. Take a bike. Take a bus. Just do something different. Really mess it up. Mix it up. Have some fun. Be creative. And they really hate that because they can't track it. And as soon as you get into a higher frequency of love and compassion, when you can start to really live there, you literally vibrate right off the radar. They can't see it. They can only see fear. That's why they sell it so hard. They want to keep everyone in that frequency where they can see them, where they can spot them. Me? I'm a ghost.
I love it.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's I've had my run-ins with 4D and what have you. I've been time jumped, and I've seen a lot of stuff that, man, I read it in a book somewhere, or someone else told me. I'd be thinking like somebody's on a bad hit of acid, But it's things that I've been through, things I've lived through, and I know everyone listening have their own stories, their own things. Well, no one's going to believe that. Yeah, well, that's the whole program. They don't want you to believe it. So, but I really should wrap up here. I'll talk until friggin' 9 o'clock, and then I'll be panicked to get on this call. And I'm sure Tony's probably trying to. Tony's tagged me. I guess okay, still trying to recover computer. You got knocked out of the park. Can't call in. Okay, beautiful. Looks like we're gonna have some fun tonight. Awesome. Okay, so I guess we'll wrap it up. Any last comments you guys want to make tonight? Anybody? Jump in.
Well, I will jump in if nobody else will, and I'll just say everybody stay in a state of joy, happiness, and love. And don't let the dark ones break that stride, because that's what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Remember your first love, whether it be an animal or a flower in your mother's garden or a beautiful butterfly or, excuse me, I just sat down and I'll get my breath in a minute. But
no worries.
Just enjoy life, everybody. Find the beauty. How can you create more beauty in your own personal life? And that's what your job is, okay, through this. And that will keep us in a state of happiness, and that's where we need to go to bring this new golden age in. And I love you, Kate. God bless you. I love all of you people in this phone family. And I pray for everybody worldwide. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And the love is reflected back. One of my favorite sayings, you'll see me write it many times, and what it means is you're absolutely right. Mirror, mirror. The mirror is perfect. Everyone needs to know that. It's our willingness to look into it as deeply as we need to see that beauty. We've been convinced we're dirty and cheap slaves and less, children of a lesser god. And unfortunately, we bought that for a very long time. No, we are no longer citizens. We are no longer slaves. We are what we were supposed to be. Ye are gods. Some cool dude taught that once. A lot of cool dudes and women taught that. So how about we pay attention and go, cool, okay, I'm going to work towards the ideal. I can be that. And I will find the heart to do it. And it's going to be a difficult road, but I tell you, when you fall into quicksand, it takes a little bit to climb out. You've got to be peaceful and calm about it. You fight in the quicksand, you drown. You calm it up, you peace it out, you float. And then you drift yourself very slowly, methodically to shore, climb out, clean yourself off, and let's have a sparkling, sparkling future. It's already here. I know. I'm living in it. It's beautiful. So much love to everybody. You guys are absolutely the reason why I do what I do, and I cannot be more grateful. I chose the role of servant of servants, and nothing makes my heart beat louder than knowing I can do that. So thank you all so much. My love, and we'll catch you guys on QL television. I'll pass the link around, and we'll catch you tomorrow night as well. We have Ray Savage in with Gary Hesseltine, Tony and myself tomorrow night, so it should be an interesting show. I know Katie here is going to go off in a bit of a law rant, so we're going to have some fun. I love talking to ex-cops. Anyway, love you guys. Take care, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Much love. See you in a bit.